All right, ladies and gentlemen, greetings. Welcome to the show. We got a brief show for you tonight. Can't spend a lot of time on anything right now. Yeah, a lot of things to get to. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clyde Yorkshire, and tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about the reality of the world in which we live in. I can't say no more. We're going to be talking about politics, or we're going to be talking about the war, because everything is all wrapped up together, isn't it? Um, oh man, I got so much on my mind right now. And that's one thing I got to learn to how to balance things that are happening. I grew up as a young kid in the '80s and the '90s, and we grew up with some sense of integrity, some sense of respect, and some sense of morals. And so that carries over until today. Um, this is one of the reasons why I respect my elders, because there's lots to learn from your elders. Isn't that correct? All right, ladies and gentlemen. What we're going to spend a few minutes talking about today is the reality of where we are. My name is Clyde Yorkshire. I am a conservative. I am a Republican. I'm assuming you can say. Um, Lately, it's been very difficult to say I'm a Republican. The Republican Party seemed to be driven off of the deep end, and we seem to not know where we're going or what we're doing. Including President Trump, he seems to be in a very different place. Seems that he got into a fight, got hit, and now he has to pull out the tools in his toolbox. That happens to fighters, and this is when you're really at your best and you learn something about yourself. Is when you have to now pull out tools in your toolbox and become more ambidextrous, maybe box off your back foot. Right now in this country, we are fighting off of our back foot. We did not anticipate a lot of the things that are happening right now. We did not anticipate it. And I'm going to prove that to you. Um, I want you to listen really quick. And I said this before, the Democrats are having a field day with us. They are just loving what is going on because they don't have to find a candidate. Any candidate they choose now, all they got to do is use these talking points against President Trump. I want you to listen to some of these staggering numbers, because a lot of time, and this is the strangest thing I've ever seen. Again, I'm from a different generation. You understand me? A real generation. And I'll be trying to get y'all to feel me through these airwaves, because um, I'll just tell you briefly. I have a background. I used to be in the streets. I used to deal illegally. As a kid growing up, who did not? We grew up in a box of a neighborhood that we called the ghetto, or whatever the case may be, and the system was not trying to help us. We watched our mother and fathers play by the rules in a system that was rigged and designed to be dishonest. Okay. And so now you growing up like I did, growing up in Queens, growing up in New York, you understand me, with a rigged system. And then we're going to believe that this same system that's rigged against us internally is somehow doing the right thing overseas, uh, when it comes down to oils, minerals, and things like that. You got to be a goddamn fool. Okay. But I have come to put trust and faith in my country, because I do believe, as I heard a sister say, that the Republican Party does stands for morals and family. And I believe President Trump, that is why he switched parties as well. And I believe that's why he came to represent the Republican Party. And I believe that this is where we are right now. But I still have my instincts, my street instincts. I'm not no fool. So I want to show you real quick For all of those who think, oh, he probably hating, he's probably losing uh, the party, he's thinking about leaving, it's nothing to do with that. Okay, I have morals. I've ran up on enemies, ran down on enemies, and I could have took their life. I could have hurt them or their family, but I grew up in a time where we had principles, we had morals. I'm not finna take your life because you got caught slipping. Now, here's a chess move. I might get caught slipping. That same person, I want them to render to me a little bit of respect or let my family make it. You understand me? So that's what I want you to listen to. Take a listen.
But you don't know it. You don't know it for two reasons. First of all, anybody releasing a picture or video of the damage in Tel Aviv is immediately sentenced to 5 years in prison. And secondly, because the mass media, CNN, BBC, Sky News, have accepted Israeli censorship and are therefore not broadcasting the footage that they have taken over a Tel Aviv that now looks like Gaza. How do I know that? Because I've got friends in Tel Aviv. Shankin Street, Tel Aviv. Near Dizengoff Square, Tel Aviv. And they've been walking around, and it's they who tell me from their own mouth that Tel Aviv now looks like Gaza. How could it not? Because the air defenses over Tel Aviv are no longer operational. The Iranians are hitting at will with the most
Now,
powerful ballistic missiles. 50 ballistic missiles hit Tel Aviv last evening alone. They're also lying to you about the number of American casualties. How can all these CIA bases, all these American embassies, all these foreign bases of the United States, how can they all have been hit and destroyed with only 4 dead Americans? I'm going to take a flyer, and it's this. There are approaching 1,000 dead Americans, and they can't be hidden forever.
this is a shame. I came out and I told you from what I understood. Listen.
Good hiding. But you don't know it. You don't know it for two reasons. First of all, anybody releasing a picture or video of the damage in Tel Aviv is immediately sentenced to 5 years in prison. And secondly, because the mass media, CNN, BBC, Sky News, have accepted Israeli censorship and are therefore not broadcasting the footage that they have taken over a Tel Aviv that now looks like Gaza. How do I know that? Because I've got friends in Tel Aviv. Shankin Street, Tel Aviv. Near Dizengoff Square, Tel Aviv. And they've been walking around, and it's they who tell me from their own mouth that Tel Aviv now looks like Gaza. How could it not?
Did I not tell you
Because
that?
the air defenses over Tel Aviv are no longer operational.
Didn't I tell you that?
The Iranians are hitting at will with the most powerful ballistic missiles. 50 ballistic missiles hit Tel Aviv last evening alone. They're also lying to you about the number of American casualties. How can all these CIA bases, all these American embassies, all these foreign bases of the United States, how can they all have been hit and destroyed with only 4 dead Americans? I'm going to take a flyer.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And it's this.
I just finished telling you this.
1,000 dead Americans.
He said that they're approaching 1,000. I only heard that there was about 220. Meaning that, wait a minute, this is worse than any of us expected. And this is sad that people like you,
Anybody releasing a picture or video of the damage in Tel Aviv is immediately sentenced to 5 years in prison.
this is sad.
And secondly, because the mass media, CNN, BBC, Sky News have accepted Israeli censorship and are therefore not broadcasting the footage that they have taken over at Tel Aviv that now looks like Gaza. How do I
Tel
know that?
Aviv now looks like Gaza.
Shank Street, Tel
I
Aviv.
told you that.
Shank Street, Tel Aviv. Near Dizengoff Square, Tel Aviv. And they've been walking around, and it's they who tell me from their own mouth that Tel Aviv now looks like Gaza.
Hold on a
How could
second.
it not? Because the air defenses over Tel Aviv are no longer operational.
He ain't lying.
The Iranians are hitting at will with the most powerful ballistic missile.
He ain't lying. I just finished telling you that. Shame on any of yous who think that we are supposed to lie to the American people, lie to our families, lie to ourselves, and run a wonderful country. I can't do that. And I don't want to be a part of a party that believes that that's the way to do things is to lie to the people. We up here thinking we winning, and we the only damn fools in the world that believe we're winning. The Strait of Hormuz is closed. Many people are suffering, and we're saying, "Hey, it hasn't hit our pockets yet. My eggs are still the same price." Oh, baby, just wait. It's on its way. We have a little bit of ocean between us. The gas prices are not as high just yet, but just wait and you will see what I've been telling you. They're saying over 1,000 have been killed. What the hell you think we done got ourselves into? Over 1,000 killed servicemen. This is what is being said now. What is going on that we would be hiding these numbers? You know what's probably going on? That we got into a fight and we did not anticipate the enemy could fight, could really, really fight. And we got hit. Our eye is swollen, knocked out a tooth. Now we probably could beat them now, but people are like, oh, 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 it's a fight, and we only believe in that seven of our military service people. This is the scary part. So far, we lost, from what I'm hearing, more soldiers than Iran. Iran have lost more civilians than we have, but we have lost more soldiers than they have. When did you hear the death toll of Iranian soldiers is at 20, 30, 40, 120? All you hear is little girls are dying by the hundreds, maybe a few of their leaderships, but you don't hear significant numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a serious problem. I want you to listen to this because the Democrats is going to have a field day with our ass. We might as well just pull our ass out and give them the belt and let them spank them because we in trouble. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
A very busy Tuesday night, day 11 of this war in the Middle East, the most intense yet for the U.S. bombing campaign in Iran, according to the Pentagon, but the consequences on the U.S. side are coming into sharper focus as well. The Pentagon said today that in addition to the 7 U.S. troops killed so far, 140 have been injured, including 8 severely. Meanwhile, members of Congress say despite briefings, they've been given no official price tag and are instead relying on the Center for Strategic and International Studies, a think tank that's pegging the war costs at over $890 million a day. Also tonight, the White House.
890 million a day? Well, how long has this war been going? 2 weeks? Wait a minute. Let's back that up because I know that nigga did not. He say 8,000? Hold on. Let's back this thing up now because something don't seem to be right here. What? Listen.
No official price tag and are instead relying on the Center for Strategic and International Studies, a think tank that's pegging the war costs at over $890 million a day. Also tonight, the White House.
800, ladies and gentlemen, and 90 million. $890 million a day. This does not include what we gave Israel. This does not include what we are spending in costs and maintenance. This does not include the radar systems that was just lost. Four THAAD systems, 1 million for each one of those four systems is a $1 billion battery. We already went through $1 trillion already in a 2 week war. We spent more money than any war we've ever had already. We've taken more casualties than any other war we've ever had so far in terms of our equipment. Why in the name of God is this information not going out? Why? Now I will admit I don't want everybody to know either. God damn it, because we looking bad right now, and I don't want to lose the primaries. But what I'm learning about this war is that if this is the way we're going to go, I don't trust those at the helm anymore. This is dangerous to pull us into a war like this, not be prepared, get servicemen killed, don't tell us how many of them are dead, take casualties, don't tell us how much this is costing. I'm going to tell you my estimate. This is costing us 1 billion a day. That's my estimate. I've been giving you the most realist. Get these likes up, please. Get these subscriptions up, please. I don't even know why I gotta ask y'all. I've been coming on and giving y'all the most accurate information as possible. We got over 250 people in here, and I got 9 goddamn likes. This is what happens. Y'all sit on the sideline and y'all let people like me go out there, get beat up by the algorithms and by all the other systems, and you sit back and wonder why ain't no real shit coming out, because you never back up people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now the goddamn numbers are moving. But $1 billion a day, ladies and gentlemen, that is outrageous. Listen, we got more. Now again, the news I gave you the first time was from overseas, and they told you the same thing. Oh, you gonna believe that? Oh, I'm loving it now. The likes are going up now. I love y'all. Now we're gonna take it to the deep state news internally, and if you don't believe me, let's listen to what they say. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. This is staggering. We're in debt already. We gave more money to Ukraine in the last 4 years than we can even imagine. What y'all think? We got money like that to give? Just I want you to realize what the frick you think is happening. Where we done gave over a trillion, $2, $3 trillion to Ukraine. Trump gets in and don't give them no more money, but then goes to war, start up another war, and now we're spending $1 billion a day, and we already been in it for 2 weeks. And this is not counting the missiles we used. When you add that all up, we done spent already $4 trillion in a war already. Already. If you notice, President Trump changed the color of his ties. He went from just wearing red and blue, red and blue. Now he got on purple, navy blue. Hell, he might have on green tomorrow. He's got to change this up. Take a listen. Take a listen.
War in the Middle East, the most intense yet for the U.S. bombing campaign in Iran, according to the Pentagon.
Share this.
Consequences on the U.S. side are coming into sharper focus
Staggering.
as well. The Pentagon said today that in addition to the 7 U.S. troops killed so far, 140 have been injured, including 8 severely. Meanwhile, members of Congress say despite briefings, they've been given no official price tag and are instead relying on the Center for Strategic and International Studies, a think tank that's pegging the war costs at over $890 million a day. Also tonight, the White House and Pentagon are working to get on the same page about how long this war is expected to continue. Here's Chief White House Correspondent Nancy Cordes joining us with more. Nancy, good evening.
Good evening, Tony. The Defense Secretary said point blank today the length of this conflict is entirely at the discretion of Commander-in-Chief. It comes one day after Trump told CBS News that the war is, quote, very complete, even as the Pentagon was claiming the fight had just begun.
Iran stands alone, and they are badly losing.
With the war well into its second week and a majority of Americans opposed, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth insisted today the conflict will not be open-ended.
Now, two things to note. The majority of Americans, this including MAGAs and this is including Republicans, are not with this war. The president needs to look at this and go, wait a minute. We're going into the midterms. The majority of Americans don't want this war. What are we doing? Then we can't get the Pentagon to tell us how much is this war costing. So we got to rely on a think tank. I want y'all to listen to the details, ladies and gentlemen. Then we said that the war is damn near complete. Hell, we could just pull out. And then they said it's just beginning. Did y'all hear that? See, this is when you got to say, wait a minute now. Okay, listen, listen, pay attention. We educating you right
Day
now.
11 of this war in the Middle East, the most intense yet for the U.S. bombing campaign in Iran, according to the Pentagon. But the consequences on the U.S. side are coming into sharper focus as well. The Pentagon said.
Listen to the language. What you, excuse me, sir, stop his ass real quick. Excuse me, sorry about that. Sorry. What do you mean by it's becoming into sharper focus? Huh? See, the language that they use, sometimes you got to say, stop. What the hell does that mean? What do you mean by that? Meaning the truth is starting to come out. We can't get an official price tag from the Pentagon, but we relied on a think tank. What the what? Listen, I'm not making this shit up. Listen.
Tuesday night, day 11 of this war in the Middle East, the most intense yet for the U.S. bombing campaign in Iran, according to the Pentagon. But the consequences on the U.S. side are coming into sharper focus as well. The Pentagon said today that in addition to the 7 U.S. troops
I'm gonna
killed
get
so
your
far,
ass.
140 have been injured, including 8 severely. Meanwhile, members of Congress say despite briefings, they've been given no official price tag and are instead relying on the Center for Strategic and International Studies, a think tank that's pegging the war costs at over $890 million a day. Also tonight, the White House and Pentagon are working to get on the same page about how long this war is expected.
Now listen, the White House and the Pentagon are working to get on the same page. How is that possible? Y'all stop using language to play with the American people. Now, what the hell you gonna say? A black man that's supporting Trump? You know what? I wish sometimes I could have 15 minutes with some of you Democrats. I would whoop the living hell out your punk pussy asses. You are nothing but suckers. All you do is talk this race shit in the middle of war, in the middle of building our country while our servicemen are dying. You know, sometimes I wish I can whip the black off of your ass. You stupid niggas who just got so much hate in your dumb heart. I wish we can take some of y'all to Guantanamo Bay. I wish we can take some of you niggas and expel y'all and give some of these foreigners your citizenship because you ain't worth shit. That's the reality of it. You guys got so much hate in your stupid ass hearts. You will never rise above your own foolishness, your own shit. You just got so much hate in your heart. It's hard being black. You want to flip out sometime and say, get away from me. Like I hate that you even gotta be black. Why do you gotta be black? Why can't you just be something else? Hateful ass niggas. Nobody wants to be a part of that. It's a shame. It's nasty work. Really. It's nasty work. I'm tired of it, man. I mean, it's one thing to call me a sellout. I'm fine. Call me an idiot, a fool, a dummy, a dumb Republican. I'm okay with that. You can say that. You know, you can say my mom, whatever. But I hate to see when black people are so hateful. So Jesus is black. Why you got a white Jesus? The Jews ain't, they ain't the real Jews. The Jews are black. Man, F that shit. Okay? The Jews are white. Or they can be any color if you want them to be. Jesus can be any color. He's a spirit now. But if the man happened to come down here and he's olive or white, who gives a fuck? Who cares? I'm tired of this stuff. It's annoying. It's crazy. We're talking about something as Americans, okay? And as much as lying that Obama did, as much as crazy shit Obama did, then black folks, you ain't even shit. You wait till the man get out of office and talk about him. Well, Obama didn't do nothing for us. He was just worried about the gays and the lesbians and this. Well, why didn't you say it to his face when he was here? His wife might be a transgender. Why didn't you say that before? Because you ain't real. You be the same niggas that want to fight me over, oh, you talking to that white man and take your ass to work and be sitting there laughing and grinning in the white man face. Get out my face with that whole ass stuff. Don't do that. Don't do that. I hate fake black people. I don't like that. It pisses me off. I done did more stuff in my lifetime than some of you punks will ever do. All right, so y'all need to not. I get upset about. That's one thing that pisses me off is when black people do racism. As much as this country has given you, you see this goddamn fresh water. You know how you think people got good water in Iran right now? You think niggas in Nigeria can just easily pull up and grab a thing of water, or in Ethiopia, or in Thailand? Oh, I forgot. Some of y'all ain't even got a passport. You don't even travel. I got a copy sitting right there. I'm looking at the Constitution, my passport. I am blessed. That ain't got nothing to do with no damn white man. I can walk out my house right now and go buy me a pistol right now and a hamburger and a Coke and come right back here and talk to your crazy ass. I'm blessed. So I'm tired of this stuff now. Y'all get yourself together. Now let's finish what we doing here. We opening up the eyes of the peoples. Do you understand? This ain't got nothing to do with hate or race. Don't do that. Go find another page to go talk about black brother and wake up black man and this and that. Look, first of all, stop. Just stop. And go find yourself somewhere where somebody want to hear that. Anytime I see people talking the black man, this, the black that, the white man, I scroll right past it because you niggas are so stupid. White people's is going through the same thing your ass is going through. White people ain't no fucking reptilians, you big dumbass niggas. You big stupid bastards. This has nothing to do with color. If there's reptilians, white folks are fighting them too. Okay? If there's Anunnaki, white people got to deal with that shit too. They dealing with cancer, AIDS, just like we are. Poverty, homelessness, sickness, child support now. White folks is dealing, and in many cases, white people are dealing with more than your ass could ever deal with at this point, to be honest with you. Okay? So we need to stop that. We need to come together. What part of that don't you understand? It just baffles my brain that niggas at this age don't see that. Now, wait till I get my moderators, man. I'm going to start kicking a lot of y'all stupid people out of here. I'm tired of hearing about color. Now, we can debate politics all you want, party all you want. You understand me? If New York is better than Cali, I'm with all of that. But when you start talking about color, you lose me and you get me pissed off. I don't like it. I've had more Jewish people do for me than some of my own stink ass, funky breath, punk ass black people who are willing to take you down, willing to snitch on you, willing to cut you, shoot you, shank you, fuck your baby mama the moment you leave. A lot of y'all niggas ain't shit. Got no damn integrity. And you talking about the white man. The white man ain't did this. Meanwhile, you trying to fuck my bitch. You the nigga breaking into my house and steal my television set, and you telling me about the white man. That shit, I'm hoping that some of y'all grow up mentally and you don't get caught in a wave like this. This don't make no damn sense. That you niggas is that stupid in this day and this age, and then gonna go down looking for a job on Monday from a white man and get in front of him smiling and try to be all nice. Meanwhile, you online talking about white people ain't this way. It just doesn't add up. Anyway, let's not lose what we're saying here. Now, let me be clear. This is not President Trump's fault. No more than it's your mother's fault who move into a neighborhood where ain't nothing but crack houses, hoes, pimps, sluts, and prostitutes, and a whole bunch of shit going on. You stuck in that neighborhood. You understand me? We moved into Washington, D.C., and it was already dirtied up. We had to clean it up. We moved into the White House, into the Pentagon, and we already had systems that was in play that don't never tell the president what's going on. Did you not know that there's organizations, their job is to make sure the White House don't know what's going on, supposedly to protect the greater good? This is what we're dealing with anyway. Do you understand? The president is trying to get down to the middle of this right now. You understand me? And if we would have had the best intelligence, we probably would have had 4 aircraft carriers. Okay? I wish I was able to be next to the president, and I might get a chance to be with him next year. Just so y'all know, look out for that, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to the White House, and I'm taking y'all with us. We're going to the next ball, the African American Day or Black American Day, whatever. We will be at the White House, okay? And I'll get my shot. I'll get my chance. Just work with us. There's a lot of opposition coming up against us, and I need y'all to keep us in your prayers and keep us focused. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it. But somebody has got to tell this president the truth, because there's a lot of lies out there, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of fog out there that would like the president not to be able to see. Again, I am not blaming this on Bibi Netanyahu. I'm not blaming this on Israel. I want y'all to listen to the language, though, real quick. Take a listen. Now, I told you from what I knew that we were spending damn near $1 billion a day. That's what I was told before I got this information from sources from here, meaning I was correct. I told you that over 200 that I heard. Didn't I tell you that? 220 the other night was probably killed. Now the numbers are starting to get where I told you. Then they're telling me, no, excuse me, it's over 1,000. Jesus Christ. I should have been in the CIA. I should have been in the FBI. I should have. Or Homeland Security, something. Because I belong there. I might get a chance to be there one day. Anyway, I'm working on going into Congress. But the information that I get and the common sense. Now, look again. I don't know any secrets. I'm not plugged into any organization, but I do use metrics and I use common sense. You cannot destroy over 6 or 7 bases in the Middle East and then tell me only 7 was killed. That don't make no damn sense. You can't be losing THAAD system radars and tell me we ain't spending that much money. Nigga, when one battery costs $1 billion and you lost 4 of them hoes, that's 4 billion right there, plus the 300 million apiece for all them systems. I can count. Can y'all? Can I get an amen? Does somebody get what I'm saying? Wake up! Hello? This is costing white people and black people. This ain't only coming out of white people's wallet. This ain't only coming out of niggas' wallet. All of us gonna pay for this shit. Did you not know that? So stop with the color crap. Stop it. We all is gonna pay for this. Now, basically, what I'm telling you is worse than we could have imagined. Now, I hope I got my white women in here, cause see, when I go through stuff like this, I need to just look down in the audience and see my white women. They keep us going. We need that good energy. I love white folks, by the way. If there's any black people in here and that makes you uncomfortable, you never heard that before, I'm so sorry. You can leave if you want to, but if not, stay here and learn something from me. Guess what? I've noticed my gray hair has slowed down because I smile, I'm imperfect, I make mistakes, but I'm not stressed out a lot. You gonna kill yourself hating white folks, hating Jewish people, hating Africans, hating all these other kind of people. Let's wrap this up real quick. Let's take a few more minutes. I want you to listen to the language. Listen. Take a listen.
Night, day 11 of this war in the Middle East, the most intense yet. Thank you for joining us.
Now, get your calculators out, because sometimes niggas, they don't listen. And sometimes that's why I need my white folks in here, because y'all can count. Now, get your calculator out, okay? And as you get your calculator out, he's at day 11. Now, he's claiming $1 billion a day. Again, this is not adding the tomahawks and everything else that we done used and the injuries we done took, the medical bills. Day 11, and this is over $1 billion a day. What is that doing to the economy? Just listen.
On a very busy Tuesday night, day 11 of this war in the Middle East, the most intense yet for the U.S. bombing campaign in Iran, according to the Pentagon. But the consequences on the U.S. side are coming into sharper focus as well. The Pentagon.
Did you hear what he said? The consequences on the U.S. side is coming into sharp focus, meaning we starting to realize what the hell. Just listen to the language. I'm gonna teach you something. Listen to the language.
The Pentagon, but the consequences on the U.S. side are coming into sharper focus.
Just like when you go into court, you know, what the fuck is they talking about? You need you a lawyer. So that I'm the lawyer. I'm going to explain to you what he's telling you right now, okay? He's saying, God damn it, we waking up and realize we done gotten into some shit on day 11.
For joining us on a very busy Tuesday night, day 11 of this war in the Middle East, the most intense yet for the U.S. bombing campaign in Iran, according to the Pentagon. But the consequences on the U.S. side are coming into sharper focus as well. The Pentagon said today that in addition to the 7 U.S. troops killed so far, 140 have been injured, including 8 severely.
8 severely, meaning that they're in critical condition.
Meanwhile, members of Congress say despite briefings, they've been given no official price tag and are instead relying on the Center for Strategic and International Studies.
Now, just imagine, I can't reach my husband, but his friend tell me that he might be at work. Congress just said that we can't get nothing from the Pentagon, but we'll rely on a think tank somewhere in Washington to give us their best guess. Listen to the language, ladies and gentlemen. Listen.
Official price tag and are instead relying on the Center for Strategic and including 8 severely. Meanwhile, members of Congress say despite briefings, they've been given no official price tag and are instead relying on the Center for Strategic and International Studies, a
This is a quagmire.
that's pegging the war costs at over $890 million a day. Also tonight, the White House and Pentagon are working to get on the same page about how long this war is expected to continue. Here's Chief White House Correspondent Nancy Cordes joining us with more. Nancy, good evening.
That is staggering. 800 something million a day. They're being generous. I'm gonna tell you right now, we're talking about $1.2 billion a day. A day. And that's being nice, because it's probably more than that. I want you to understand, right now, you can turn to ABC, MSNBC, they're making it seem like, hey, we're doing all right. Ain't that too bad? Ladies and gentlemen, who you think gonna pay for that? Maybe y'all don't understand. $1 billion a day. We lost 4 radar systems. Each one of those radar systems are 300 million, 300 million, 300 million, 300 million, plus 1 billion for the battery, 1 billion for the battery, 1 billion for the battery. This is what I'm talking about. Do you understand? And then they tell me, oh, you won't understand. It's bigger than that. What? Well, I heard we done lost about 220 dead soldiers. Oh, no, child. They talking about it's 1,000. No way. You remember, these are the same people who lied to you about the Ukraine war from the very beginning. And then you started to hear over 20, 30,000 was dying a day. You ain't lying. Let's continue.
Good evening, Tony. The defense secretary said point blank today the length of this conflict is entirely at the discretion of the commander in chief. It comes one day after Trump told CBS News that the war is, quote, very complete.
And how many Americans approve and disapprove? Let us let you know.
As the Pentagon was claiming, the fight had just begun.
Iran stands alone, and they are badly losing.
With the war well into its second week and a majority of Americans opposed, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth insisted today the conflict will not be open-ended.
This is not 2003. This is not.
It's worse.
Nation building under those types of quagmires we saw.
This is a quagmire, sir.
And yet President Trump has said the war won't end without unconditional surrender.
That ain't gonna happen.
No logical estimates about when it will be over.
Now listen to the Democrats. Forget what the Republicans are telling you. These are the people who are next to take power during these midterms. Listen to what they're saying. Oh, they could, they can smell the blood. They can taste it. Ooh, we child, they gonna get us. They can wait. Oh, remember you called her Pocahontas? Listen.
No logical estimates about
Elizabeth Warren, listen.
Won't end without
Elizabeth
unconditional
Warren,
surrender.
listen.
We are hearing no logical estimates about when it will be over.
Democrats, briefed by military officials today, said the endgame is still unclear.
All of my constituents in Nevada, gas prices are going through the roof.
Trump insisted yesterday he had to strike Iran when he did.
Within a week, if they were going to attack us.
By nightfall, he had shortened that window from a week to 3 days.
Where is he getting that?
This was a feeling the president had based on facts.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said today that Trump came to that evolving conclusion after speaking to his negotiators.
Democrats are going to
But
hang
there are no
us.
U.S. leaders or Israeli leaders who are making those same claims. So is he making this up to justify his decision to go to war now?
The president is not making anything up, Nancy. Iran chose this path to death and destruction. Iran wanted to attack the United States of America, and the president was not going to sit back and allow that to happen.
Within 3 days, they were going to strike?
He was not going to sit back and allow that to happen, and everyone in this room should be grateful for it.
Democratic leaders dispute the president's claims. They say they've seen no evidence that Iran posed an imminent threat to the U.S.
Now, just think about that, ladies and gentlemen. The Democrats are saying Iran did nothing wrong. The supreme leader should be alive. Think of this. I want you to use your logic. The Democrats are saying there was no reason to go to war. Why is Maduro in jail? The moment they get back in power, ladies and gentlemen, we are cooked. You might as well pack your shit right now and go to Canada. You might as well pack your shit right now and move to Germany, child, because they're coming. And you would think, again, as a country, we are not united. And Iran was right about that. Y'all need to worry about your own shit because we united over here. We fighting for our lives. Y'all are divided over there. The Democrats, they have no policies. They have no candidates. All they need is the Republicans to keep doing dumb shit. Keep blowing up ships and pulling off and leaving them niggas in the ocean. That's one impeachable offense. Keep killing 100 little girls. That's another offense. Take this Venezuela oil and his leader, put that nigga in jail. That's another offense. They is adding them hoes up. You said Obama was a monkey. That's another offense. You done killed the supreme leader. That's another offense. They are just adding and racking up the deck. Last time they impeached him over B crap. A phone call, Ukraine, this, that, and the third. Now, oh, the world is against you now. Before, because when Trump was coming in, the world was understanding. The Democrats is no good. The deep state. Now we are turning into the deep state. And the deep state is turning it into the good guys. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, let's just sum this last part up. Listen to this last part, what the Democrats are doing while we're over here talking tough. Listen.
Late this afternoon, a U.S. official confirmed to CBS News that the munitions used just in the first 2 days of the war cost $5.6 billion.
What? No, what the heck? Hold on, I didn't hear that part. Back up, back up.
Munitions used just in the first 2 days of the war.
The first 2 days that they said, now wait a minute now, child. They said $8 million a day. But the first 2 days was $5 billion alone. This is CBS. Does anybody got their calculator out? We are in trouble. Come on, this war's not even worth it. We could have left them niggas alone. Listen to the numbers.
War cost $5.6 billion. Tony?
Nancy Cordes with the price tag.
Official confirmed to CBS News that the munitions used just in the first 2 days of the war cost $5.6 billion. Tony?
Nancy Cordes with the price tag and the picture from Washington.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we may have a bunch of fools out here that say, we the US, we got money to spend, just print some more. I'm sorry, it does not work that way. Some countries, that is their whole budget for 3 years, $5 billion. And we waste that in 2 days on ammunition, plus 800 million a day. I know some of y'all out there is listening to me, and y'all saying, damn, I see what he's talking about now. If you are a Republican, if you are a conservative, even if you are MAGA, you got to be saying, President Trump, I love you, baby, but what is you doing, sir? You is effing this thing all the way up, okay? If you are a real person and you got a real heart and you love your country, you love the president, you have got to say, listen, sir, you are doing the most. Please do yourself a favor, tap the three dots in the upper right corner. Thank you. I love y'all. Make sure y'all get them likes up, get them subscriptions up. That's right. I love y'all. I love y'all. Let's take a listen to this. Let's keep it going. We almost done here. Listen to this. This is crazy because right now, wait a minute, hold on. See,
Israel is taking a bloody good hiding, but you don't know it. You don't know it for two reasons. First of all, anybody releasing a picture or video of the damage in Tel Aviv is immediately sentenced to 5 years in prison. And secondly, because the mass media, CNN, BBC, Sky News, have accepted Israeli censorship and are therefore not broadcasting the footage that they have taken over at Tel Aviv that now looks like Gaza. How do I know that?
you lying.
Because I've got friends in Tel
You
Aviv.
ain't lying.
Shankin Street, Tel Aviv, near Dizengoff Square, Tel Aviv. And they've been walking around, and it's they who tell me from their own mouth that Tel Aviv now looks like Gaza. How could it not? Because the air defenses over Tel Aviv are no longer operational. The Iranians are hitting at will with the most powerful ballistic missile. 50 ballistic missiles hit Tel Aviv last evening alone. They're also lying to you about the number of American casualties. How can all these CIA bases, all these American embassies, all these foreign bases of the United States, how can they all have been hit and destroyed with only 4 dead Americans? I'm going to take a flyer, and it's this. There are approaching 1,000 dead Americans. They can't be hidden forever. Israel is taking a bloody good hiding.
Listen.
But you don't know it. You don't know it for two reasons. First of all, anybody releasing a picture or video of the damage in Tel Aviv is immediately sentenced to 5 years in prison. And secondly, because the mass media, CNN.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is dangerous because Iran used ammunitions that was very basic, very cheap, just drones that cost anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000, and we was using defense missiles, tomahawks, and everything else, David slings, and the Iron Dome, which was $1 billion, some $2 million, to basically stop these little drones for 11 days. That's not being added up. But just so you understand what is going on, they used up all of their defensive capabilities. And they need a halt right now, like the 12-day war, so they can reload. Iran is saying there is no ceasefire. And you wonder why. Why wouldn't these niggas? Because you know why? You're tired, your hands hurt, and we're hitting you flush. 50 ballistic missiles, most of them cluster bombs, have dropped at will on Israel, where folks are saying, we got to stop this now. And it's scaring me. Wait a minute, Washington, stop it, slow it down. Wait a minute, are we with Israel or against them? Because we can't let them keep hitting Israel like this. They are leveling Israel to where it is looking like Gaza at this point. Oh shit, Israel. The pictures that they showing us, you mean the same ones that they showed us for 9/11, where the airplane was going and boom and come out the other side, and then when you realize, wait a minute, that wasn't even no, we ain't even seen no planes in those skies anyway. Okay, niggas is talking about they was controlled demolition. Okay, who lying and who ain't? See, we ain't doing that today. Okay, if Israel looks like Gaza, then we need to stop it. We need to stop it. And we need to man up and take the L and say, okay, we got our ass whipped a little bit. We whipped your ass too. It's an even fight. I'm okay with that. Why can't we just do that? But our pride is in the way. You understand me? That's why we're not doing it. And they keep showing you repeats of pictures of Tel Aviv where it's kind of quiet. You can still see the same stores and the whole city look good. But when you see the real pictures that they're hiding, that whole look like it's been ransacked and their defenses are out. And they have now moved to stronger missiles, which is 1 ton of explosive with cluster ammunitions, meaning the bomb, as it's coming down and they try to shoot off a bomb to stop it, the bomb explodes into like 90 different bombs. So that one bomb is like, okay, which one do I go after? Which one do I go after? And you got 90 pieces out of one that are falling down now, wreaking havoc. At this point, I'm just keeping it real. If Iran is at this point, it's like, man, fuck y'all. We ain't stopping this whole at all. We gonna rip you a new one. You see what you did to Gaza? But we as Americans, when do we mature? If we love Israel, if we really love Israel, because I do, and I do not want to see Israel destroyed. I don't want to see them displaced. Okay, I'm so sad that they have to every 20 minutes run into a bomb shelter. We might just have to be the mature ones and tell Benjamin Netanyahu, sir, respectfully, sir, I understand your ambitions, but I cannot let any more beautiful Jewish people die anymore. We got to stop this war. We did you a favor. We slowed them down. They can't do what they used to do. Okay, we took out a lot of their leadership. You understand me? Iran ain't looking to go to war with nobody for the next 10, 15 years as much as we done F them up. Okay, build your shit back. You understand me? If you want to go to war with them again, okay, we'll be here to referee it again. But right now, we have to slow it down. We got to stop it. And if you love Israel, okay, because some of y'all act like y'all love Israel. Some of y'all act like y'all love your family. Some of you act like you love this country, but you really don't. You want to see Israel keep fighting. And no offense, this may be Israel's fault because Israel keeps acting like, shit, we ain't losing nobody yet because of pride. Right? You ever seen somebody get beat up and their wife asks them what happened? Ain't nothing happened. I'm all right. And she looking at your face, your eye, your lip. I mean, your teeth is missing. What you mean you all right? What happened? Nah, I'm all right. You know, it was a little scuffle and I tripped on a broom and baby, you lying. Somebody done whipped your ass. Why do we not play the adults in the room as America? Somebody please tell me that. We need to stop this war. We already made our point. The world has turned against us. Do you understand? Out of 190 nations, at least 156 of them are blaming us for this problem. We can't fight the world. Do you understand that? Our budget is over. We can't afford this. Economically, America can't afford this. We're supposed to be in the middle of making America great again, rebuilding. You cannot make a country great with a 4-year president that done already spent over $800 million in the last 11 days regularly. Every day he at the mall splurging $800 million. The first 2 days he already spent $5 billion. How the hell could you make America great like that? You not at we still got Venezuelan oil for now. And them transactions didn't even come in and hit. So what are we doing? Putting money to take back from we getting high off our own supply. Now let me switch gears for a second and get back to Epstein. Oh, child, that's a whole nother issue. Do you realize that Epstein is going to be the real downfall to this whole thing? See, I help you put the pieces together because you don't see the way I see. You know why we can't get out of this war? Because of Epstein. The moment Trump tries to pull out, they'll release his pictures and his photos of him with Epstein or at Epstein's island, even if he didn't do nothing but have some lemonade. We're in a hell of a trouble. And you know what scares me more than anything else? And I'm gonna do this for y'all. I'm not gonna do any more videos. on politics. I'm gonna go back to boxing. I'm gonna go back to health and everything else. I can't do this with y'all no more because see, you don't appreciate shit. Get the likes and subscriptions up. Get them up. Y'all don't appreciate anything. And I'm gonna tell you like this: I have never seen in my lifetime something like this. We are going downhill, and we don't have to. This is unreal. Epstein, Epstein Island. I just want you to understand. I am so shocked because again, I have yelled about Epstein all this time. I'm tired of hearing about Epstein. Y'all, Epstein, 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 Epstein. I don't want to hear no more goddamn Epstein. And I did not realize that Epstein was a plant. Epstein is not dead. Epstein was put there to make sure that no matter what president was in power, no matter what congressman was in power, no matter what businessman was against the war, since we put him there and they try to stop the war, we'll drop the Epstein files on them and they won't be. Now it all makes sense. I want you to understand how scary that is. Trump name has been mentioned over thousands of times. Clinton, anybody who attacks Israel for saying to stop this war, Israel is going for broke, baby. They are going to raise and level Iran. I'm be honest with you, I would not be surprised if they dropped a nuclear bomb on Iran. They are that serious. And they are racing against time. It's almost like they got to deal with God. And God said, you're going to get your ass whipped. You will not win this war. If you do, I will grant you clemency and I'll grant you a pardon. But I know the future, and you ain't gonna win. And Israel is like, look, we cannot lose. We're gonna fight by any means and any course possible to win this war. And if you try to stop us, you will pay a price. That's what it's looking like at this point. And I want you to understand how dangerous that is, where they don't want to stop. No matter how much they lost, how much damage has been done, they don't want to stop. And American bodies, body bags, and deaths are going to continue to happen. They're not going to slow down. So, what are we going to do as the American people? Are we going to stop this? Are we going to say enough is enough? And are we going to stand up? That's all I want us to really think about is that we got to where somebody said Bibi and the head of Mossad with God are having a tea party. Okay, so let me ask you a question. If you think Israel is bad, put a one in the chat. If you think that they're bad, if you think that they're good, or in the middle, put a two in the chat. Where do you stand? Put a one in the chat if you think Israel is bad. A two, one, two, one, one, two. If you think Israel is bad, put a one in the chat. If you don't think they're bad, put a two. I got another one, another two. Somebody put a bunch of ones. Good Lord. Somebody said total evil. If you think Israel is bad, put a one in the chat. If you think that they're not bad, put a two. Somebody put a three, another one, another one, another one, another one, another one. Okay, another one, another one, and another one. Okay, okay. So what I'm gathering here is most of y'all are not thinking that Israel, another one, is actually fighting in the name of God. You're thinking that they're fighting in evil. Okay, one, one. Okay. So let me ask you a question now. This is not a trick question. Why is Israel in the Bible then? Answer that question for me. Can anybody answer that question? Satan's demons. I wouldn't go that far. Why are they in the Bible? Why? Because your mother and your grandmother, my mother, told me about Israel, support Israel, love Israel, this, that, there, Israel, 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 Israel. Somebody put a one and a two. So what the hell is going on? Is Israel bad or good? Are they the synagogue of Satan or not? Don't you think we should figure that out before we keep saying Israel is good or Israel is bad. Why don't we do that? Doesn't that not bother y'all that America is so gunned over Israel, but at the same time, we have not designated Israel evil. We have not designated them good either. We don't know what we're doing, and I would like to know why do we not make it clear? And is Israel just in a bad situation and their back is against the wall? Now, do any of you guys know any good Jewish people? If you know any good Jewish people, put a three in the chat. If you know any good Jewish people, let me see you put a three in the chat. If you know any good Jewish people, if you don't, put a one. Okay, so people do know good Jewish people. Good. Okay, so this is not necessarily good. This is not good. A lot of threes in the chat. So this is not necessarily another three. Good. There are good Jewish people here. So this is not necessarily an Israel thing. Good. Good. Now, how many of y'all know good white folks? I'm sure some of y'all are going to say good. Say you do. Some of y'all know good military. Some of y'all know good police officers. So could we not go on a limb and say that some of the Israelis are doing bad? A black Jew? Okay, okay. So couldn't we say that it's not Israel, it's Israel's government maybe? It's Israel's prime minister maybe? Because I'm sure y'all could say that y'all know some really effed up Americans, and I'm sure you know some good Americans, right? All right, all right. I think that's pretty clear. So we've seen enough threes. So that means that again, this is not a Israel issue. This is some Israelis. Now I get it because people like Tucker Carlson, people like Kanye West get upset. I get it, and you just go, the Jews are bad. The Jews are bad. I've been there before. Okay, I think the Nation of Islam, Farrakhan, before have just went on a rant to say the Jews, the Jews. It's so easy to say the Jews, but you know, like I know that there's some people in the Jewish community that are going, I hate this prime minister. I hate what we're doing. I dislike what happened to Gaza. So I'm just asking us, let's not. Jesus was a Jew. My point exactly. I was going to be my next point. Okay, I did not actually know that, to be honest with you. What? Where the hell you been? I don't. I wasn't paying that much attention back in the day, but it dawned on me one day. Jesus is a Jew, and every religion in America is supporting Judaism. I don't care if you're a Jehovah's Witness, if you're the Church of Latter-day Saints, all of them are supporting Judaism. All of them. The Pentecostals, okay? Every time I've been to a religious, the Catholic, every time I've been to a religious church, the Orthodox, they always talk about the Greek word for this, the Greek word for that. We are in a whole Judeo system reality in America, no matter what church you go to. So wouldn't it make sense not to blame Israel as is or the Jewish people? Trump is Jewish. Okay, well, check this out. I just realized this. Did you know Benjamin Netanyahu is not really Jewish? He's a convert. His family is from Poland and other countries. Did you not know that? I thought he was just a whole Israeli. Come to find out, he ain't even from there at all. He's a convert, and there's nothing wrong with being a convert. Now, I'm gonna do y'all a favor. We're gonna skip gears for a little bit, and I want to tell y'all something. Now, there's a lot of corruption in this country. And I believe a lot of you, respectfully, on this live are corrupt as well. I believe a lot of you in this country are corrupt. And I believe the majority of Americans are corrupt. The majority of the world is corrupt. But that's why Jesus came. That's why there's God. That's why there's Christianity. That's why there's a Savior. I've never seen so many gang members, so many people in the streets, whether it's Alpo, whether it's Supreme, Whether it's 50 cents, Jay-Z, you did all of the crime, all of the selling drugs, and you were corrupt, P. Diddy, okay, and then Master P, and then now you're helping kids, showing them the right way. All I want us to do as Americans is maybe think that we all have our goods and our bads. Maybe we should not think of Israel as just this monster, this synagogue of Satan. No offense. I was listening to a black man the other day. He never knew the way Minister Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam felt about Malcolm X and that they possibly had him killed. And when he found out, it broke his heart. Now, there's some people that I know who hate the Nation of Islam and they think Minister Farrakhan is a demon and the real synagogue of Satan and the Nation of Islam. I know a lot of people who hate the Black Panthers, who hate the Hebrew Israelites, who hate gang members. All I want us to see is that we may not have all the answers. How many of y'all grew up on Jay-Z? You grew up on Diddy. You grew up on Snoop Dogg. Right now, Snoop Dogg is looking like the demon of all demons. They're calling him the new Suge Knight. Have you not been watching television? No, not Snoop Dogg. Not my nigga Snoop with Martha. Yeah. Not Jay-Z. Beyonce? We always seem to be shocked. No, not Bill Cosby. Bill? You mean to tell me Bill been doing that? Why did we put our hope in these men to start with? Why did we think that they were perfect? Because television told us? Because the Bible told us? Are you perfect? Did you do coke? Have you sold crack? Have you shot niggas? Have you slept with somebody's wife? But why is it okay? But that's just a mistake for you. But I ain't the synagogue of Satan. How is that possible? I'll tell you a quick story. I was overseas. I'll be honest with you, and I got invited to a gathering, and I go inside the gathering, and first thing I do is because sometimes I can't believe where I'm at. I'm so high up. I go and I start drinking. I'm supposed to be not drinking because I'm supposed to be a little holy or what have you. So I'm sitting here, I'm throwing back drinks. And I've always said to myself, no matter how high up I get, now I've been to Egypt, just so y'all know. Did y'all know that? I've been to Germany, Egypt. I lived in Dubai. Okay. Um, I've I've been to Qatar. I've been to Bahrain. I've been to Ethiopia, Kenya, Uganda. I've been around. You understand me? And I've always said to myself, I will never get corrupted. But I remember going to this one gathering one day, and the party was on top of the roof. And I go in, and I'm drinking, saying what's up to the DJ. Everybody knew I was from America. I was. I mean, look at the swag. He nigga, he ain't from here. And so I had Emiratis, I had all kind of people like, yo, that's my dude. They don't even know me, but they just wanted to be near me because I had that vibe. You see what I'm saying? You know how that vibe go. So I'm up in there and I'm vibing, right? And at this time, I had a girlfriend, okay? And me and her had an argument. I thought she gave a little coochie away before, I didn't know what was going on. But we was having our issues. So I said, I'm going to go hang out. So I'm here at this party. We're on the roof. We're having a good time. And this white girl walks in, and well, she looked white, but I think she was Turkish, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, but no, 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 she was from Armenia. Yes, she was from Armenia, and we're sitting there and we're talking and everything, and I had to pee a couple times, so I kept leaving, and when I come back, she would be right there waiting. Had another drink for me. We're sitting there drinking, and I remember saying to myself that I needed to leave at this point because if you don't know, this is how they get you. This is how they got Jay Z. This is how they got P. Diddy. This is how they get a lot of people. And even in the Diddy files, if you will, the people that were complaining about Diddy getting their butt with oil, they said what Diddy would do is he would have a girl come and pull your stuff out, right? And then he would come in the bathroom while she giving you fellatio, And I mean, you hard as hell. You're not gonna stop her, And then so you're caught up. You got your pants down. Well, anyway, I was aware that these type of things happen, and I've always kept saying, "Listen, I'm part of the good team. I'm with Cat Williams. I mean, I'm fighting against the devil." I'll be honest with you. I came to that one conclusion, and it was that day where I'm imperfect. I'm tired of lying to myself that I'm something that I'm not. I am weak. I am fragile. And you don't go to hell and then watch out for the devil and hope that the demons don't spike your drink. If you are where you're not supposed to be, don't lie to yourself. Have a good time or don't go there. Okay? Marlon Wayans is bullshit. I've been to a bunch of Diddy parties. I ain't never seen a nigga. Stop. Don't lie. Don't lie. And I'm not taking up for the Jews. She was a Jewish girl, by the way. Um, this Armenian girl. I'm not going to say her name. Um, I took a sip of her drink and we left. Obviously, went to a little gathering, our own private gathering. And I remember just before I went forward, I said I was seconds away. I said, "You can do this. Don't you put it in? Don't you?" She's smelling good as the goddamn ocean. I said, "You can do it. Fight it." And then the other devil on the other side said, "Nigga, please, if you don't hurry up and waste your time so we can get the hell out of here, get us a cigarette and think about what the hell we just did." I'm not big on smoking. I was at the time because I was stressed. When you ascend to a certain level, okay, you got don't I don't want to hear that nigga. I don't drink, nigga. Please don't give me that. You need a drink or something, okay? A cigar. Don't lie to me. But what it taught me was that in this world, you will sell out sometimes. And some of us have sold out already. Some of us have been sold out, was sold to the devil. And it doesn't just, as somebody said, it doesn't just happen that, oh, the devil comes with a contract. Hey, do you want to sign or not? No. The devil gives you something that you like. You take a bite of the cake, and that is your signature there. There's no need to fight it. Finish your cake, and that's it. Don't go, "Oh man, I messed up. Oh, I'm in this good coochie. Oh my God, I didn't know you were an agent. Let me get out." No, it's like, let's finish. Okay. And then I'll think about what the hell I just did. That is the reality, ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude. And I believe that the Israeli people are a beautiful people. I don't believe that they're evil. I believe, as many of us, including black people, we spent so much time in the ghetto, we spend so much time in poverty that our music has got corrupt, our behavior, our gang life, our family life. And it would be a shame if people talked about black people as we're not shit, we ain't no good, we're this, we're that, and they don't know the reality and the details of what we actually are going through and what we've been through and how we got to this point. Some of y'all don't want to hear that, but that's the God honest truth. I believe white folks are not bad, but I believe when you have been at the top for so long, when you've been around success and you've been around all of this amazing stuff for so long, it corrupts you. Same thing with these Muslims. They did not start off with all that wealth. They did not have all of these gold and all of this stuff. And guess what? Over time, they got more and more and more corrupt. Do you understand me? Are you feeling where I'm coming from? It happened with women. Women were not just showing their bodies off, and they were not just baddies a few years back. And all of a sudden now, they worse than men. They let you know right away. I've been fucking niggas left and right. Look, shit, you sitting here in my DM trying to get me, and I'm like, whatever, and I'm going to go sleep with him because that's the one I really want. I like his vibe. It happens to us all. And all I'm trying to show you is why blame the Jews? Why blame white folks? Why blame the rappers and be so surprised that Bill Cosby did that? I can't believe Jay-Z did that. P. Diddy, I grew up on his music. How could he? All of them are like that. In Hollywood, Richard Pryor did some stuff he's not happy with. And I love Richard. Richard did some gay shit. You don't want to believe. That's up to you. They all have. All of them in the industry have had cross sex. They've had all kind of crazy things that they have done in order to move forward. And we still love them without a shadow of a doubt. Okay? Some of your mamas and your daddies have done things they have no business doing. And you don't count them as people who are wicked and part of the synagogue of Satan. Same thing with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, according to a lot of people, have done despicable things to young girls, to men, to Malcolm X, to this one, to that one. But he's not counted as a synagogue of Satan. He gets a pass by black people. Al Sharpton can be as demonic as anybody you know and have done things. Jesse Jackson, too. They should be ashamed of. Jay-Z, P. Diddy, every single one of them. But for some reason with black people, we give our people a pass. And that was just their past life. They ain't the synagogue of Satan. All them hip hoppers who be fucking bitches and pissing on hoes and R. Kelly and everybody, they ain't bad. They just made a mistake. But white folks who pay their taxes and take care of their kids and live a lot quiet and them niggas there, they the synagogue of Satan. You lying to yourself. And that's when I realized, you know what? We all are caught up in this thing. All of us have made mistakes and all of us are liars. And the truth ain't in none of us. So why would I sit over here and blame these Jewish people? Why I'm gonna sit over here and blame these white folks? And I'm sitting over here popping caps in niggas' asses and screwing people's wives and everything else like that, popping bottles and pissing on bitches and shooting niggas and taking their music contracts and doing them like Big Red under 5 Heartbeats, holding them over the thing for their, you know, many people said the Migos killed one of the Migos just so they can keep the royalties. They said they had Biggie Smalls killed. They said they had Tupac. What about that? Ain't that the synagogue of Satan? Huh? They said they had Malcolm X killed. Set him up. Ain't that the synagogue of Satan? That's where I get confused. How are we thinking? That's my time, ladies and gentlemen. I love you. Now, the next time I'm going to tell you, y'all stay tuned. The next time I get back on this live, I'm going to have some breaking news that's going to break your hearts. And guess what? Don't get it twisted. I'm with the president. And I think the president might have seen some of my videos. Because the president now, look, he finna take control. He gonna turn this ship around. And I back him. He knows what he's got to do. And don't sleep on us. We ain't over. We all right. We took a few hits. We lost a little bit of money. But we can make this go away in a night or two. We just got to stay together, stay tight, and don't lie. Don't lie. Now maybe we can't tell right now how many Americans are dead at this moment. But I'll give you a few days and a few weeks. We got to get the numbers out. We got to make up something and say something happened, whatever the case may be. But I don't want us to get caught in lying and get even further in the quicksand because that's the way the deep state is. They want you to lie. They want you to make shit up so then they can hold something against you and they can promise if you don't do what we say, then we're going to put the numbers out. We're going to show the real footage. We don't want that to happen. That's happening to Israel right now. People are threatening Israel who have satellites, who have alternative news stations that they're going to prove what's really going on in Israel. And that sucks when someone has information or hostages that you did not tell the people about. And then they got to show on national television, here goes the hostages. And you're like, oh, damn. Sorry. We don't want to ever get caught up like that. I love you guys. How many wars has he stopped? President Trump has stopped hundreds of, like at least 20, 30, 40, 50 wars. I think Clyde is wiser than y'all. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Thank you. You see where I'm going with this, right? Thank you. I think Clyde is wiser than y'all think. Thank you. That's why I love my audience. They get it. I'll see y'all later. F with your boy.